And we welcome you to this NBA Cup game with a bit more riding up. In this early bit of the season, Greg, how important are team goals?
Well, Kevin, you have to be working towards something, whether it's a specific rank or a record. Early goals help you define your team for the season ahead.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. At the guard spots, it's Suggs and Anthony. And it's Bitadze in at the 5 spot. Suggs finds Banchero. Suggs against Barrett. Can't hit from in close. Pass to Dinwiddie. From deep, Thomas cans it from downtown.
If Cam Thomas is playing pick and roll and he's got the ball, you know he wants to play for him.
Now, Wagner, he's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's Thomas. A beautiful reverse layup. Thomas got his second bucket of the night.
I'm not sure how we define a difficult finish for Cam Thomas. This guy finds a way through contact.
Pass to Anthony. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. In terms of defense, Greg, the Magic have taken some big steps forward.
Well, they really have. It was a focus for them last season, and it has paid off. They were the kind of team nobody wants to face, and it led to their first playoff berth since 2020.
Well, Thomas putting that pass on time and on target. Love to see it from that scorer.
Here's Banchero. Nailed from three-point land.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Dinwiddie outside. Six on the shot clock. There's the 3. Outside for Thomas. Second chance effort. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Trailing by 2. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the difference. They found and exploited the mismatch repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Here's Bitadze. He had 10 points in the win against Chicago. Back to Anthony. He takes it in. He nails it. And we're tied up. Anthony's got his second bucket.
Boy, you could see the speed by Cole Anthony on display. He can mix speeds. He can come right at you. That's a nice-looking drive.
Now, here's Johnson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Phoenix.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, rising fire on the catch. Spencer Dinwiddie ready for action.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
let's review some numbers for Paolo Banchero. Averaging about 22 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Now here's Anthony. 14 points from him the last game against Chicago.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Dinwiddie finds Johnson. Pass to Dinwiddie. Over Suggs. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And a new group in for the Nets. Trendon Watford's checked in for Sharp. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Barrett. DeAnthony Melton, he's checked in for Cameron Thomas. And it's Ben Simmons in for Dinwiddie. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Carter, he's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Mo Wagner comes in for Banchero. Collier, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Anthony Black in for Jalen Suggs. Now here's Simmons. Johnson with the bounce pass. Buries it down low.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Pass to Collier. Wagner on the wing. Rebound, Brooklyn. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
They're so close in that one, but that's of no solace to the players. They played their hearts out.
You know what? Sometimes you play a great game and lose. What you hope happens, though, is it toughens them up a bit mentally, and they figure out how to close it out next time.
Here's Black. He averages about 5 points a game. Wagner kicks to Black. With the shot. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. The Nets with the lead. Here's Melton. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
The Nets making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. The Magic also changing it up. Paolo Banchero's checked in for Franz Wagner. And it's Fulton for Collier. Free throw drops for Melton. Doris, what's the key for a team like the Nets, who have to hit the reset button, so to speak?
I think, Kevin, you have to find consistency at the head coaching position, because then you can set clear and achievable goals for your team going forward. You set a style of play, commit to it, and just build year by year, game by game.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Simmons with it, still without a basket. It's Thomas high post. Banchero's there. Thomas's shot is off. Here's Fultz. And that one released in time, but no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nets lead by 2. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
And guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
The wing pairing will be Thomas and Finney-Smith. Watford out there with Simmons. And it's Melton in at the point. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now, here's Banchero. He's coming off a 22-point game against Chicago.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Watford, that's good.
Well, we know Ben Simmons loves to set his teammates up. They love playing with this guy.
The Magic trail by 4. Here's Houston. Pass to Black. From deep. And it's a foul called on Mo Wagner. That is his first foul of the game. The Magic making a switch here. Howard's checked in. Brooklyn leading by 4. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Launches it. Carter pulls it in. Well, Orlando shooting 43% from the field. And here is Howard. Carter down low. He's guarded by Melton. And it's Carter missing. You know, Doris, Ben Simmons has certainly had a turbulent career, hasn't he?
Oh, my goodness, there's no question, Kevin. You begin with some of the injury challenges he's had throughout. Started in his rookie season, has continued throughout some of the years. There's also been questions about the balance in his game. Obviously, perimeter shooting has been a weakness. But the first and most important thing Ben has to do is get healthy, Kevin.
Here's Black. Nothing on the board. The Magic again can't hit.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Now, here's Melton. Watford passes to Thomas. It's good. Thomas got the lead up to 6 now for Brooklyn.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Barrett's checked in for Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Then for the Magic, Goga Bitadze comes in for Wendell Carter. And it's Suggs in for Howard. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Magic moving the ball around. Banchero a screen on Melton. Here's Suggs. Pass to Banchero. Here's Black. Back to Wagner. They need this one. Drains the three-pointer.
Well, you put the shooting touch on full display. Mo Wagner's range makes him the perfect big in today's NBA.
Here's Melton. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Melton's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Nets. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Can't connect from short range. The Magic trail by 6. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And finished off by Wagner.
Well, the big man, Mo Wagner, getting to it. Nice finish.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic superstar says it's like anything in life. It's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin. So just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. EA thanks. And it's the Magic with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. And that one's good. Suggs.
And this is a guy who is really comfortable with the ball in his hands. Suggs, so dangerous in the pick and roll.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Changes for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Trendon Watford. And R.J. Barrett subbed in for Thomas. Orlando also making some changes. Wagner's checked in for Banchero. And Anthony subbed in for Black. Now, Dinwiddie. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Inside. Barrett, no good. And Wagner's got the ball here for Orlando. 6-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Johnson outside. Off target from three-point range.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Took him no time at all on that one. Anthony's got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Nets passing it around. Sharp sets the pick for Dinwiddie. And the Nets miss again. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
That ties it up. 8 points for Cole Anthony.
Yeah, Cole Anthony is a professional scorer, folks. The mid-range jumper is on time and on target there.
Back to Dinwiddie. From past the arc. The rebound by Bitadze. Bitadze's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Anthony, the pass to Suggs. Anthony's shot is off. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. That doesn't go either for Dinwiddie. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Hi, folks. It's shaping up to be a good second half as we've seen the Orlando Magic trying to take control of this game.
I like the way they've been running, pushing the ball, putting that defense on its heels.
Yeah, you love their tempo. When they play fast, they can put points on the board in a hurry, Ernie.
Now it's time to check in on how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
Some great options in there. In fact, these guys might compete for all-star spots for the next few years.
That's a big leap, Kenny. 1 or 2 of them, maybe, but most guys don't ever get to that level.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. Out on the perimeter, it's Anthony and Wagner. Then there's Jalen Suggs. Then it's Paolo Banchero. And it's Bitadze in at the center position. Now Barrett, after Paolo Banchero misses from long range. Thomas kicks to Johnson. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Johnson's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Nets. Here's Suggs. DB thinking about Cam Thomas. When he gets on a roll, he is tough to stop.
Kevin, he reminds me a little bit of the microwave Vinnie Johnson back in the days of Detroit. When this guy is hot, get out of his way and let him do his thing.
Wagner finds Suggs. Just 3 to shoot. Out to Anthony. Shoots the 3. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
You love Cole Anthony's attitude. So confident, so willing to fire on the catch.
Onside, Barrett. Sharp sets the pick for Barrett. And the Nets, another three.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And here's Anthony from the arc. It's rebounded by Barrett.
That's one for their first four to start the second half.
Outside Thomas. Over Suggs. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Now it's a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Moment here now to see the numbers for Jalen Suggs.
He's been in good form here the last few weeks. And he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Anthony kicks to Banchero. Here he goes over Johnson. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Banchero's got 7 points.
And once Banchero gets going, boy, it's hard to stop him. Given his size and speed, he's going to be a handful.
Now here's Dinwiddie. And it's Suggs with the rebound. Suggs has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Nets leading by 3. Back to Barrett. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Suggs has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And stolen by Sharp. And oh, here we go with Thomas. Nobody back. Finished off the break. 13 points in the game.
You know, I've got to say, defensively, the effort simply hasn't been there this half. They've got to pick up their energy.
Barrett against Wagner. Here's Suggs. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Let's not forget, Jalen Suggs is a great football player growing up. He is not afraid to mix it up down low.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Here we go. The zone team. Now on the court, the squad. Get out and let them hear you. We want the defense.
Anthony Melton. He's checked in for R.J. Barrett. And a change for the Magic. Black's checked in. Magic on defense. They trail by 3. Pass to Thomas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie. Thomas got 15 points.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft. GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster.
Now, here's Thomas. Paolo Banchero unable to get his last shot to go in.
When Cam Thomas gets going, folks, he can get as hot as anyone in this league.
The Magic trail by 8. Black the pass to Bitadze. Here's Banchero. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Johnson outside. Looking to end his cold spell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Franz Wagner.
You know, when Spencer Dinwiddie is attacking, he gets these kinds of calls. Simple as that.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Nets.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
So for the Nets, Simmons checked in for Sharp, and Trendon Watford subbed in for Cameron Thomas. Then for the Magic, Carter comes in for Goga Bitadze, and Mo Wagner is subbed in for Banchero. And so he makes both from the line.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Last 2 minutes to play. Third quarter.
There's 1:59 left to play here in the third. Wagner kicks to Suggs. Pass to Black. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That shot is off. Dinwiddie with some nice D. And that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Nets making a change here. Finney Smith's checked in. And a switcher also for Orlando. Joe Ingles is checked in for Jalen Suggs. On defense, the Magic. 8-point game. Melton, no good. On the wing, Ingles. Finney Smith defending. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Collier, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Nets leading by 8. Simmons with it. Still yet to score. Pass to Watford. Nets passing it around. Shot clock at 5. A 3 from Simmons. And it's Wagner with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Black, no good. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Nets. In the corner, Finney Smith with it. Simmons dishes to Johnson. Back to Simmons. Pass to Johnson. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Wagner kicks to Black. Wagner outside. And he's good on the 3 ball. Wagner's got 8.
So nice to see Mo Wagner evolving into the modern big, sinking that three-point shot with real confidence.
The three from Johnson. Cam Thomas getting it done for the Nets. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll return shortly. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. The wing pairing will be Thomas and Finney-Smith. Simmons is out there with Trendon Watford. And it's Melton in at point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Thomas deciding where to go with it. Spins. Scores off the spin. Thomas got 11 points here in just the second half.
Okay, Cam Thomas showing off the handles. Look out.
Back the pass to Banchero. Over Finney-Smith. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
I really like the way he's playing in this half. He looks so much more aggressive and confident.
And Simmons kicks to Finney-Smith. Pass to Thomas. 7-foot shot. Orlando grabs the miss.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Wagner passes to Fultz. No good on that one. Nets leading by 5. Thomas finds Simmons. Over Carter. No good off the back of the rim. The Magic shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Thomas against Fultz. Kicks it out to Banchero. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Banchero's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here.
Your Brooklyn Nets. Make some noise, everyone.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Brooklyn. Jalen Suggs is checked in for the Magic. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. During that last break, I heard Jordi Fernandez as he talked with his team. Now, they preached the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Dinwiddie for 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Wagner's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
They get it back. And then Carter with the jam.
Let's remember, Wendell Carter Jr. is a force on the offensive glass. Use that height, use that athleticism, young sir.
To the paint. And Simmons slams it in.
At 6'10" with excellent hops, Ben Simmons makes that look easy.
Magic have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Suggs passes to Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Now here's Simmons. Dinwiddie kicks to Melton. Clock at 6. From the wing. It's hauled in by the Magic. Wagner's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Banchero passes to Suggs. Shoots over Melton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And despite his young age, we know Jalen Suggs has proven to be a tremendous leader. His teammates love playing with this guy.
Shooting 2. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Jalen Suggs gets a ton of attention for his offensive skill set, and that's appropriate. But let's remember, he can be imposing defensively.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Sharps checked in for Simmons. Johnson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And R.J. Barrett subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. Then for the Magic, Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wendell Carter. Franz Wagner comes in for Mo Wagner. And Anthony subbed in for Black. And the Nets with possession here. Pass to Johnson. Now Thomas. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Cole Anthony.
Boy, when you talk about rhythm scorer, the first guy or one of the first guys to come to mind is Cam Thomas. Very difficult to slow him down when he gets on a heater.
And the first one drops. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And it's the Magic's ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Pass to Bitadze. Here's Wagner. The Magic again can't hit. Here's Barrett, and Barrett slams it in.
One thing you know about RJ, if there's a shot to be taken, even in a big-time moment, he will step in.
And Banchero outside. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Here's Suggs. Latre. Johnson with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Dinwiddie for 3. He can't get that one.
I'll tell you, he has looked just a step slow all game, but his teammates, boy, have they come through.
Pass to Suggs. Fires the 3. The rebound by Sharp. Sharp's got 6 rebounds in the game. Down low, here's Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Size and athleticism by Cam Johnson. How about that vertical?
Banchero outside. Wagner wide open. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists tonight.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Get ready to dance like everybody's watching. Keep on dancing. Bring those folks. Come on. Nobody's really watching. Let's hear it for you.
Anthony against Thomas. Sharp with a screen on him. There's Thomas with the three. No points there. 9 for 14 from the floor, but still shooting 64% this game. Here's Banchero. Basket good. Banchero's got the lead up to 2 now for Orlando.
You love that a guy so young like Paolo Banchero is ready in the big moment to step up and deliver.
1:35 left to play here in the fourth. It's stolen by Banchero. And now the fast break. Banchero with the ball. Rebound, Brooklyn. Barrett's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Dinwiddie. Alice down low. Anthony on him. Out to Barrett. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Orlando's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Banchero with the ball. Covered by Johnson. Wagner from long range. It's hauled in by Thomas. In the corner, Barrett with it. Back to Thomas. Over Anthony. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Stepping to the line with 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. And both free throws good for Thomas.
This guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Banchero. Rebound, Brooklyn.
I don't know how that one doesn't go in. Nice cushion between him and the defender. Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive guys because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
Anthony dishes to Suggs. Banchero against Johnson. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. Bullseye!
And Jalen Suggs, despite his youth, proving he's willing to step up when his team needs him.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
What you want is to create a clean, high percentage look if that's at all possible.
Anthony against Thomas. Takes a three. Buries the triple.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. And this makes them 1 for 3 in group play games for this year's NBA Cup. Not an easy stretch for them at all.
Yeah, sadly, one win in the group phase will not be enough for them to advance in the tournament. Those losses really pile up quick in this in-season format.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Cam Thomas.